Welcome back to a blustery 8th concession. It is springtime and the weather has settled down enough that I feel comfortable putting in my cool weather crops. Oh, you can see the wind's blowing. So cool weather crops are things that aren't bothered by low temperatures. Onions, leeks, celery, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, those types of vegetables are fine with a bit of cool overnight temperatures, and we're not going below 0 overnight anymore. We're getting close to it, but not below 0. So I'm pretty happy to put them out. I've hardened off my onions, my leeks, and my celery outside for the past week or so. I was bringing them in overnight at first, but then the last couple of nights they've even been out overnight and they're fine. So it's time to get them in the garden and let them start growing. So I'm so excited to officially start the 2025 planting season. So this garden bed over here is what I call number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and the newest one way at the back there, that's bed number 5. This year we are making plans to put our final 3 beds in, here, here, and here. Hopefully that will be happening soon, but for the early crops I'm going to have to use these beds, and I've decided that I'm going to put the onions in bed number 3, and I think I'm going to put the cabbages in bed number 4 and line it with leeks around the outside, because all those things were over here last year, so I like to do some rotation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the onions. I have started the Dutch onions, Stuttgarter Riesen onions, which are great keepers, a little bit flat looking but awesome. And the red onions that I bought for fun, I'm going to plant them. And my son gave me some leftover onion sets. You know, those are like the little bulbs. I have some of those that he had left over because he has a rather small garden. I'll see if I have room to put them in here as well. And then the leeks and cabbage in the far bed. So I better get to it. So first I'm going to plant, it's falling over, the onions that I grew from seed. You can see they're doing great. Their stalks are decently thick, and I think they're going to do really well in the garden. And when I'm done them, I will plant the onion sets. They look, whoops, I'm dropping them. They just look like tiny onions, and they're a great way to grow onions quickly and easily. You can see this little guy is sprouting already. I used to use onion sets all the time until I learned to grow them from seed. And the main reason I grow them from seed is cost. Some of these onion sets are $3 or $4 a bag now. And if I can just plant some onions for seed and get my onion seed for free, free is better. Now, that being said, the last thing I'm going to plant are these. Now, these are my onions from last year. You can see I could still actually use this one. It's still firm, but I have a whole tray of firm ones left. That's why I love these Dutch onions, the Stuttgarter Riesen. They keep so well for the whole winter. So a few have sprouted, and these are the volunteers, the tributes that are going to be planted so that they will flower and set seed, so I can collect some more fresh seed for next year. So that I'm going to plant at the front of the bed after I get my onions in. I'm going to put the red onions, the Rosa di Milano, at the front, just so I know which are which. All right. I like to make the holes nice and deep because, as you can see, onions have very long roots. And so this lets me drop them in all the way down. I space my onions. You can see I've sort of offset the holes because I picture each one will have a bulb on a good season about that big. And so I like them so that there's just enough room for them to get really nice and big, but I can fit lots of onions in my bed. So this bed, this is bed number 4. You can see it has the spinach up here, which I've uncovered for today. This is going to have cabbages down the middle and leeks around the outside. And last but not least, I have my celery and celery root to plant. I'm going to plant it here in bed number 2, and then hopefully the rain that was forecast will come, which is why I wanted to get this in the garden today, because there's nothing like rain right after you plant. Even though I've watered them, it's not the same as rain. So I'm going to quickly get the celery and celery root. I think I'm just going to go around the perimeter of this bed because I don't know what I want to plant in the middle yet. I think this one had peppers in it last year, so something else. Anyway, gonna get that done before the rain. You can see the lettuce that was under the cloches is doing great. It will be only, I don't know, a few more days, maybe a week before we can actually cut some of them for a nice fresh salad. You know, I didn't think I would get it all done today. That was actually a lot of planting, but it feels so good to get it in the ground because I am a little behind schedule as usual. So I'm happy to have my cool weather crops in the ground. I think the only thing that could be planted now that I don't have done are my potatoes. And that's because I typically put them in fiber pots and I don't have any soil to fill the fiber pots with yet. So they have to wait a little bit longer, but that's okay. I do have the bulk of my crops in the ground. Hope your garden is getting planted too. Bye for now.